Bullshit. 3 Bravo, 3 pilots, mining ships. We're going to select you because you know about the ribs of ships. Really? I've been under a fucking few of them my own damn self. I got specially trained for that shit. They don't do that. This classified stuff is just such bullshit. Ugh.
Well, I have a problem working against you, which is why we have...
You're not going to win, that's why. Because I've had a lot more training than you.
Training. You know, it's funny. Respect, training. I know for a fact you're not a fucking Navy SEAL.
I am a Navy SEAL.
You are not a Navy SEAL.
Go to Bay Pines and find out. It's in my records.
You are not a Navy SEAL.
I am a Navy SEAL.
You're a fraud and you're a liar. Respect,
Prove
zero.
It. Prove it.
You're a fraud.
Prove it.
Well, I had a nice little conversation
Prove
with
it.
Don and Carol Shipley. One of our congregants was a little concerned because you are a child. You are not a Navy SEAL.
I am a Navy SEAL.
You have the integrity of a can of tuna fish.
Hey, Russell, I got contacted by one of the members down there, sir. Were you a Navy SEAL?
Yes, sir.
We were. That's great. That's great. How long did you do that?
I started out as a boiler technician in June of 1980, and it was on a destroyer, the last of the Forrest Sherman class of 1,200-pound steamers.
Oh, man.
And we decommissioned her in 1984, and upon decommissioning, the Navy was asking for engineering rates to become SEALs. That was when Iran and Iraq were fighting each other, and Ayatollah Khomeini was in empowerment. And we were not at war with either one of those countries, but we hindered his war effort. Out of 80-some-odd guys, they made 4 teams, 6, 2 Atlantic, 2 Pacific, and basically we just hit supply ships. We blew some holes in them to take on the water so they wouldn't be able to offload their supplies.
Oh, gosh. What kind of supplies were they offloading?
I'm not sure. I wasn't aboard the ship. I was under it.
Oh, my. Oh,
But it was a secret. It was a secret operation, and pull out 3 Navy pilots. They were flying F-14s at the time, taking pictures of the encampments on either side, and they were ordered to ditch if they took ground fire and was leaking fuel. And the first 2 pilots were basically on the beach when we got in to get them, and the last one was a little farther inland, and they told us to take everybody out if we found him alive, and nobody was wearing any identification or anything, so they didn't know who we were or what we were doing or anything else. So they were just holding him, and we did find him. And after that, of course, you always talk to the psychiatrist after a mission, and of any sort. And if things aren't quite right with you or set right with you, you can either start to liken killing, and that's not good, or you can get hesitant with it, and you become detrimental to the team. And I told them that people died that weren't pointing a gun at me that night, and it didn't set real well with me being a Christian. And so they had some other things to do, and I volunteered and went to Antarctica for 14 months to the South Pole.
Were you a SEAL in Antarctica?
Yeah, but I mean, that's just like a title type of thing. It was more UDT stuff than anything else. Accumulated there in McMurdo Station, Antarctica, and I was in charge of the boiler room, 1 600-pound Continental store-based boilers that heats and steams and the water for any kind of use. They're in the largest building on the continent for the United States, the base there.
What team were you with?
3 Bravo, sir.
3 Bravo.
Yes, sir.
That's crazy. What about a training class? I know that's a bitch out there, but you have a number for that?
We did a good bit of the initial stuff was in Coronado, and that's where they separated a lot of people. Was at Coronado, the running each morning and the swimming back, and the salt water was eating a lot of guys up, and they couldn't stand that.
Well, do you remember a training class number you went through in Coronado?
No, I don't remember. That's been a long time ago. I don't.
Would it surprise you as a Christian man if I told you I didn't find your name listed as ever being a Navy SEAL?
You probably wouldn't.
No? Classified
you probably
stuff?
Wouldn't. Yeah, it's very classified. I still carry a secret clearance, and really not supposed to discuss a whole bunch of it, but I don't think that you could ever access any records for that. I've had a circuit court judge here make an attempt, and even with my signature for my approval, you can't access my medical records or my government records. And as far as I know, if you do somehow manage to access any kind of, in any depth, any government records, that's a federal crime.
Oh.
Without permission.
Yeah, I guess you got to get permission, but did you...
But anyway, I don't know. I'm not like on a regular team, and I didn't ever signed up to be a regular Navy SEAL when I first got in.
But Team 3 Bravo?
Yes, sir?
I never heard of a team like that. I've heard of Team 3.
There was Alpha teams and Bravo teams in the mid-'80s.
Well, there was, each team had platoons in them, correct?
There was actually right now. I think that they sorted out in the word platoon, okay? Because there's many teams right now, and in my mind, they're just all sub teams. Is basically what it is. Because if something happens and you lose a man in a team, then that team falls aside, and they bring up the next team, and then because you have to retrain a team together.
How many guys were in your group, your team?
Six of us.
6.
Yep.
That's usually about a squad size, Vietnam-era SEAL squad size.
No, not for SEALs.
Yeah, the platoons.
SEAL teams are 6 guys.
SEAL teams are 6 guys?
Yep. In the 80s they were.
In the 80s?
There were. And in any underwater demolition, you usually went in by the pairs, but you still had a squad that you were with. So...
Well, with all that classified stuff, it's okay to talk about those pilots and mining Iranian ships and stuff?
You don't know where I did it.
No.
You don't know where I was at.
No. Well, you and me should have broke bread or something, at least at a couple of SEAL bars, because I was at Team 1 at 1984. I retired at SEAL Team 2, and I don't remember any of that. All my buddies were over Team 3. We relieved them on a deployment.
Well, there's a statement on my DD-214 about no classified information on that particular form for Special Forces or for SEAL teams, not on that particular form. And there's a dead spot in the listing of my commands and the dates. And it's real obvious that I was doing something somewhere else.
Yeah. I was in the Persian Gulf as well during the Iran-Iraq War. We were on barges out there, Hercules and
What were you on? What were you on? What command were you with?
I was with Team 1.
Obviously, you can prove what you did because you were an absolute 110% SEAL. I started out as a boiler technician and went into a classified operation upon decommissioning of the Decatur. You can look
why
all
would
that
they
up and
select
check it.
you off the
If you'd like to come read my DD-214, I'll show you the dead spot and the time where I was not actually
Why would they
attached
select you,
a ship
Russell?
or a command.
Why would they select the
and
boiler?
And you and Bart Teleford can both jump up and bite it because I know what I did.
You?
Okay? And Baypine takes good care of me now because of it. I'm a service-connected veteran. My dad was in the Korean War and served as a hull technician. Started out as a radioman and served as a hull technician. Was in for 38 years.
In the memory of your father, why would you bullshit people? Why would you lie?
And
about
my dad died on the base in Jacksonville.
Why would you lie about this and disgrace your father?
I can say what I did, but both of us have served our country. Bart hadn't served shit.
Well, if there's a mistake, then let me correct this thing, because I'm looking at the database here, complete listing of every man that's ever gone since 1943 through any form of SEAL or underwater training. And your name isn't listed up there. Why would that be?
Because this was a secret operation that only concerned a certain
boiler
time period for certain activities.
They didn't have enough SEAls, sir?
Everything that any SEAL team ever did, no matter what you look for, you won't find out where they've been and what they did, ever.
I retired out of SEAL team, sir. I'm a walking encyclopedia of SEAL stuff. But why would they pick you when they had all the SEAls? Team 1, we had over 100 shooters.
Because
Team 2, we had that many.
The frames on the ship, we knew where the main bearings. Well, I don't know. Why would they ask for engineering rates?
Why would they? They asked for bosun rates. That's what I was.
That's what they did. They asked for engineering rates because we knew the frames of the ship.
No, that's bullshit.
We knew
you know how many fucking hulls on ships I've been under and how much training I went through? And you're trying to tell me that they specially trained you because every fucking SEAL out there didn't know more than you did?
My family knows what I
communicate.
it was a
you
secret
just talk over.
operation,
It
and
was
you will not
horseshit.
find out anything about it because you were not in the Pentagon making decisions. You were off doing what you had been ordered to do too, sir.
What the fuck difference does that make? Who was your
What
captain?
the fuck?
Who
What
was
the
your
fuck? You're going to cuss me now?
Who's your
You're
captain
going to
at
cuss
Team
me
3?
even though I served my country
You
and I got an
served
honorable
dick.
discharge?
You dick.
Are you kidding me?
Who was your commanding
Go
officer
fuck yourself.
in
That's
the?
what you do, okay?
Hey, who was your commanding officer at Team 3 Bravo? See ya.